I've been a priest since June the 3rd, 1967. I entered the seminary after graduating from the University of San Francisco in 1961. It was interesting. I was sort of attracted to the example of the good priest, and also the reason, they try to offer reason to support faith, and that's sort of helped me. To be a priest means, in my opinion, to be open to the presence of God, in a mediated presence of God, in your prayer, in the sacraments, in the scriptures, in the teachings of the church, and to experience discerning, trying to figure out how you can be a faithful disciple of Jesus.
In these days of scarcity of priests, we also realize that many priests will come later in life, and with all the changes that brings, it occurs in different phases, and there's many opportunities to do many different things. So I try to do a little something. There's always plenty to do if you want to.
Well, I've learned from parishioners, if you ask their advice, they tell you the truth, and sometimes you don't necessarily want to hear it, but I think it's very important to consult the laity. When I was an associate pastor of St. Pius, a parishioner told me about a particular gentleman, the name I will not give or mention, but this gentleman had been away from the church. Some people would go in and say, "Why have you been away from the church? I want to bring you communion." But I decided this man was a nice guy. I liked him. I decided to visit him, and we got to know each other. Gradually, he was getting sicker and sicker, and he says to me, "Father, now's the time." So I was able to reconcile him to the church and give him the sacrament of anointing the sick. And it taught me the need for patience. We can't be overly judgmental on people. We need to be patient. And in the words of Pope Francis, the task of the parish priest is to walk with people. Let the time for God's grace work.
Thin blue line, is that what they say? You try not to be so idealistic that nothing gets done. So the job is never done, that's for sure, especially in San Francisco. As we conclude this meeting of the Church of San Francisco, so rich through many years, as we conclude this, it's a time to really to celebrate and to whatever extent we can, share our blessings with which we have previously been blessed.
I sincerely wish to thank all of you who contributed in any shape or form to the retirement fund for the priests of the Archdiocese. It really helps all of us. It helps us all to live a life of joy after our time of service, full-time service to God's people. So thank you very much, and know that all of us appreciate you very much.